Look, what's going on, man? Like I say, welcome back to FG Unleash. You know what I mean? FG back on y'all ass, man. Just been chilling, man. Doing my little thing. Riding my Harley. And shit, working and doing the things I do, homie. But I still stay connected with these streets, man. I still highlight a lot of good dudes from the streets. You know what I mean? So what we got popping today, man, is I'm just finna, like I say, I'm back at it. But what I'm finna be doing now, man, sometime it's just picking up the phone, homie, calling some random dudes. Whether they from the streets, whether they from the bike set, whether they from, coach football, sports, or anything, man. I'm just tapping in with people, man, seeing what's going on out there, man, so y'all can get a real authentic version of what's going on out there in the streets. You know what I mean? And see what people think, man. Today, man, I think I'm gonna tap in with the homie Monster from Van Ness, man, and see what's going on with Monster, man. Let's see if we can catch Monster and see what's on his mind, man, because that's really what I'm trying to do, man. See what's going on out there, man. Let's see if we can catch you.
What's up, bro?
What's going on with you, homie? This FG.
Hey, how you doing? What's up, man?
Shit, what's up with it, homie? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I was just talking, man, telling
Go
you.
with it, bro.
Oh shit, man, just tapping in, homie. You know what I mean? Over here on FG Unleashed, man. I got you on FG Unleashed, man. So you know what I mean. I just wanted to call and chop it up with you about a couple things, man. See what you feel about a few things, man. How your day going?
Oh man, I'm trying to win, man. Still out here, man, trying to push it fresh out of them. Been out for a minute, so still things still changing. What I mean, I'm trying to measure success, man, by through time. You know what I mean?
No doubt. For those that don't know, man, like I said, I'm on the phone with man Monster from Van Ness, man. And the last time you was in front of a federal judge, Monster, what they knocked you, hit you upside with 19, homie. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
they gave me 19, man. International, yeah, interstate travel and commission of murder for hire, some other bullshit. Wasn't no big old things, you know what I'm saying? Uh, really just flowing, going with the flow of life at that point in time. I think I was maybe 37, 31, 32 years old
Yeah, you
at
did.
that time.
You did down to 18 on that motherfucker, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, well, check
yeah,
this out.
yeah.
Check this out, homie. I just want to know this, though. I'm just touching, like I said, I'm tapping in with the homies, man. Tapping in with dudes I know that's authentic. Tapping in the dudes that like I say, no real cats. I'm just trying to get your perspective on, like you say, homie, after you go do that kind of time and come home, you know what I mean? How the streets looking to you, how society looking to you, you know what I mean? How, like you say, you trying to, peak at success, homie, how are things looking now opposed to how it was before dudes left. How's the success rate looking? Is it easier? Is it harder? Is it, what I mean? What's your take on that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, man, for real, because my whole little term was pretty much college. University. It was a peculiar institution, but it was an institution, nevertheless.
Hmm.
I fuck with the homies on every day. I'm just a ground level nigga, so that's just what it is. But when it come down to thinking is hard, and everybody can't do it. And I kind of profess to be a great thinker because I ain't gonna let nothing get by me. So just from what you asking, I can see, man, clearly that it's really when it comes to the game and when it comes to the game and the legal game, it's easier both on both. It's harder on the hustle side. On and some hustles, some of them old hustles, those are dinosaur hustles. But on the legal game, man, it's really easier, man. Funding is available for you everywhere. All you really got to do is get your background straight, yo. And when I mean about your background, I'm not talking about your criminal background because that shit don't really matter. It matter in
Right.
some scenarios when they was redlining a nigga and they was it was systemic racism and all this other bullshit that was going on, but we didn't have position. But now it's just really based on your credit score, what you got, how you got your life set up, what's your structure. Do you have accounts or you got your business accounts, you got a company, your company name, you got your company set up and you got your credit, your personal credit and you got your business credit and then you kind of manage your life. To get a company used to be something so far out and seen, unheard of that
Yeah.
a lot of dudes didn't go into it. So you was wondering how these people was getting all this money and staying on top with these different loopholes and stuff that was available to them. And now there's all these tax write-offs, and you was wondering how these Europeans was doing this and doing that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
how they was getting ahead. Which they inherited a lot, but then they
yeah. They
also
did,
inherited,
homie.
you know, they inherited the shit that that gave them another jump start, which was the strategy to get to wealth, where it was, what doors to go through and what to
Yeah,
ask for. So we didn't have that in our household, so we didn't know these things was available because we couldn't get a job, let alone and
yeah.
ask
Get
about
get through the
how can
door.
I launch my
You
own
know,
company,
no
right?
real shit. But at the same time, homie, you know what a lot of dudes didn't know, homie. Like I say, my parents didn't have all the financial knowledge and shit, but I did. You know, fuck with the homies and shit. End up in a situation where shit. We was buying houses, homie. I had my first mortgage at 25, homie. You know what I mean? Full fledged gang member, homie. You know what I mean?
Right,
But back
right.
then they did the stated loans, homie. I was able to slip through the door on the subprime loan, is what they end up being called. But
And what you just said right there, what you meant about the state of loan, we need to let the little homies know. And everybody that you're listening to that might be listening to your podcast, what a stated loan is. Stated is just meaning that it's a stated income.
yeah,
Meaning
all we had to
I was
do is
able to
yeah.
tell them whatever the fuck it was. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right. I was able to tell them what it was, homie. I was able to use my uncle business as a job. I didn't even have a job. Now I did pay taxes. I had my nightclub going. I had my barbershop. But what people don't know is it's easier to get a loan with a job than it is with owning a small business. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because they
right,
look at that. They look at that small business as a liability opposed to a job. They look like that's concrete. You know what I mean? So I was able to have a sub of FICO score at the time, slipped in on an FHA loan. This was back in '98, and slid up into a nice house, homie. You know what I mean? The only thing about me is I never defaulted on my loan. You know what I mean? So with
right,
that being said, when it was time for me to get a second mortgage, you know what I mean, or buy another house, it was easier, after you already had the first one, and a lot of people monitor, homie, I was able to buy a house before I could even finance a car, homie, you know what I mean? And now
wow,
times are different now. Houses were cheaper,
yeah,
property was cheaper, shit through the roof now. Now to get along, homie, they want blood, sweat, tears, DNA, you know what I mean? A arm from a
right.
grandchild, yeah, they want all that shit now. But at the
They want
same
all
time,
that
yeah,
shit.
but with the knowledge that's out there, homie, because we didn't have Google back then. We didn't have, Instagram. We didn't have no kind of vehicles, homie. We had shit. We was still working with encyclopedias and shit. You know what I mean? So,
Right,
homie, I
right.
got exactly what you're saying about now is more easy to get funded. But look, these little motherfuckers out here now, they getting funded in so many different ways, but they want to go buy Jordans and shit. They want to buy gold chains and shit, homie. They want to go, put big rims on their car, build lowriders and shit and Harleys, instead of doing what we did first, go get that piece of property or have that little small business to help you build wealth. So shit, it's the mindset as well. You know what I mean? So
It is the mindset, and let me intersect just a second. You definitely have to eat, match, make, merge, come together collectively on common ground before we could get something for betterment of all, or betterment of us all. The thing is get the dudes in the group. They need to have somebody that they can really visualize and say, and here he wasn't no punk, he was no sucker, he didn't do no snitch shit, he did this, and he did that. So a lot of dudes they moving on the respect level, but then at the end of the day, once you get dudes in a scenario or in a cipher to where we can all build together, then yeah, they'll take that advice. But at this point, you got a lot of this. They live in according to what's being said inside of rap music, and that's not for all of them, but a lot of them. And what I mean by that is, it's a no think type thing. It's like
right, right.
a straight moron type of attitude. I don't gotta listen to nobody. I don't gotta this. I ain't gotta do. I
Exactly.
could just be a delinquent. I could be this person. I could be 150 pounds with a Mac 11 in my backpack, and the hell with that old nigga
Right,
talking about me. That's just what it is. But at
right.
the end of the day, I got skinny jeans on. We didn't go out and I just, whatever they think is that's what they
Yeah.
think. I wore boxers and you wore pastel panties.
Right.
It's still the same, little different. And what I'm saying though, homie,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, and so they got their own groove. But at the end of the day, their existence in that game is short lived because they get caught up and they get more of the time because they didn't listen to what I was saying. You don't have
Right.
that old saying. You don't got to go to jail. You don't got to go do no time because I already did it for you. That's a real term. It's a real saying. So a lot of them go. they be rebellious to me, but you
Mm-hmm.
go get caught up, and then when you get caught up, you understand now that all your everybody can't be your friend, and all your homies ain't gonna like you. Meaning, everybody that you was fucking with ain't gonna be there during the whole time that you got your little time. When you get 80 years, that's really 80 years.
Yeah.
After the first 10 years, everybody gonna say this and that. You're gonna be able to send a picture home, show your girl you got an extra muscle or something.
Right.
You're gonna show your mom I got a
Right. Right.
brain.
Right.
You know, I know how to write now. You know what I mean? And I come out to visit them all together and everything. But that's a moment in time. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when after that 20 years and that 30 years that went by, now everybody in the joint that you knew and everybody on the street that moved on, and Kelly didn't have a baby, and your little niece and them had children. Now
Mm-hmm.
they ain't got time to be running up to the joint
Hell
for you.
no.
So now you been lost. But now when you come out here, you just an older nigga and you really ain't got nothing. You don't got nowhere you going. You don't even know what's happening with your life.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? What I'm saying is you taking in so much so quick and you get washed so quick. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that's a big impact to us out here. See, when we used to when we was going to YN and shit, it was, niggas was going and working out. They coming out with you buffing up, you working out. You got something
Mm-hmm.
that you looking toward. But now these dudes just go to jail. They hit the pill line.
Right. Right.
Everything
Right.
is the
Right.
pill line.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? And you would wonder where skinny jeans came from in a tight shirt, but it came from niggas weren't caring about what they gave them when they was in the laundry room, and
Man.
it became hip when they got to the street. So they bought the big ass tennis shoes and the tight jeans. Now, whether or not they acknowledge that this might be the thing or not, it may not be. But
Right.
I know
Right.
one thing: it ain't helped us. You know
Nah.
what I'm
Nah.
saying? And
Right.
now
Right.
there's more millionaires. There's more millionaires. There's more black millionaires in this day and time than there's ever been.
Ever
Your
been.
average millionaire is riding around on a skating board.
Right.
You
Right.
understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
But and then they made it. Then they made it through talking about things where that really isn't attractive in society when it gets down to whether or not if I'm gonna have longevity in a family. It's not meant to build that. It's really meant to fuck it off. As soon as I get it, as an I
Yeah.
don't care
Yeah.
attitude,
Yeah.
and that's what they selling, and they want that reproduction. So everybody can't be a football player. Everybody ain't gonna be a rapper. Well, we can. We can be thinkers, and we can
Nah. Real
change our
shit.
mind.
Real
We
shit.
can always we can always recreate ourselves. And I'm not this motherfucker that's running around in society right now that I'm this big dude out here because I don't push no numbers like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it is something for us out here. We can make some changes. We can set ourselves up for longevity. And there is some pods and groups of dudes in these corners
Yeah.
that are their age and our age that's working together, and they building generational wealth, man. So
Hell
we need
yeah.
to if we can line up with them dudes, or we can find those circles, man. We need to get in the circles, and we need to apply. We need to apply ourselves, not apply to be ruled by nobody, but apply ourselves to where we can be self-ruled.
Nah, no doubt, homie. And check this out, man. Like I said, I'm on the line, Monster from Van Ness, man, and spitting that knowledge to y'all, homie. You know what I mean? I'm a tap, hey, Monster, we gonna tap in with you at least once a week, homie, and get something from you, homie. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Man,
sure,
get it in,
yeah,
man. I'll be here.
they gonna appreciate it, homie. Like I said, I'm tapping in with real motherfuckers to get their real opinions on it. You know what I mean? This FG Unleashed, I got Monster on the line, homie. Hey, I appreciate you answering the phone, homie, and I'm gonna tap in with you.
Good luck.
All right, much love. Yeah, for sure, man. That was Monster, man. Like I say, man, and some of the dudes, like I say, that and there's many more. You know what I mean? That I've walked the yard with, that I've been on the streets with. You know what I mean? That I watched them walk their bid, most of their bid off, homie, and I seen them come home, and be productive. And even if the riches don't come all the time, as long as you keep the mindset, homie, that I can be rich, or I can, what I mean, put myself in a situation to be financially, sustainable, you know what I mean? That's how it is, man. So look, FG Unleashed, finna be hitting these phone calls, man. Like I said, I'm just finna be start randomly, calling some folks, like I say, from different realms, you know what I mean? And so appreciate y'all listening, FG.